Augusta's getting messed up.
Yeah, she's hurt. She's hurt.
You guys win?
Nah, not anymore.
Shit.
She's getting torched.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never want to be on the end of the elbow.
So yesterday at the weigh-ins, I heard Ross saying to you that you're not ready. It seems like he was a little bit wrong.
Yeah. Oh man, I knew I was ready. I kind of struck a nerve when we first faced off. I started at first. I don't know if y'all heard, but I asked him, I was like, "You ready to dance, old man?" And he's a little bit older. I'm 29 myself, but he's 34, and you know, I knew he wasn't as like athletic as me. So the whole game plan was just to come in here and really use my athleticism along with the technique, and it worked better than I thought it would. I was calling for a second round finish. I wanted to fill him out for a little, but hey.
The finish sort of came on. It almost looked like he went out, came back, went out, and came back. What did you think? Could you feel him going limp? Or?
Yeah. So after the first two shots, I seen him like he like shut it off, and then I went for a third one, and he came up, but he wasn't guarding himself. It's kind of like he was like, yeah, he still had both hands on the ground. Like, you know, normally somebody would come here. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna keep on running. And I was putting my whole into it. Like, I was taking a page out of my boy Rumble's book when he fought Gustafson. You know, he like really was leaning into the punches. So after like the fourth one, I knew it was gonna be over. Even if he got up, I knew his head wasn't gonna be where it was supposed to be.
So that being the first finish on the card, that helps your chances for that bonus.
Oh man, I need that bonus, bro. I got 4 kids. Trust me. So I'm hoping I get that bonus for sure. That was one of the goals me and my coach was talking about. We was like, not only do you need to finish, but he's like, you got to get that bonus too. So hopefully we can get it.
Yeah, and I mean, you obviously got the first finish on the card, which woke the crowd up a bit. But for you personally, I'm sure getting that stoppage in the UFC meant a lot as well, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with me being on bad end of 3 decisions, I feel like out the country, I really wanted to take it out of the judges' hands. This is my 5th fight in the UFC. On top of that, so you don't want to be known as that. The decisionator, you know what I mean? The UFC is they're known for putting you on the back burner if all you do is go 15 minutes. So I really wanted to set the tone. It's my first fight of 2019, so wanted to kick it off with a finish, and I got it.
And I'm sure you're already looking ahead to the next one. There's a card pretty close to home, May 18th.
Oh yeah.
I mean, with this performance, imagine you didn't take much damage. This is kind of the perfect setup. Do you think you can land a spot in Rochester?
Oh yeah, I honestly couldn't ask for a better outcome scenario. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I was facing 3 really big injuries. I had just messed up my groin. I was out for 6 months from my last fight because I had a ligament in my hand, and then I messed up some ligaments in my toe. So leading up to this fight, I faced a lot of adversity, and I wanted to get on that May 18th card. So I'm like, I want to get a finish. I don't want to hurt myself anymore. And I didn't get touched. I didn't hurt myself. So I was talking to my coach. I said, listen, Monday we're getting right back in the gym. You better believe I'm gonna be getting on social media, begging Dana and Sean and Mick to put me on that card in Rochester, man.
Yeah, anyone that stands out that you like to fight, or is the location more important than the matchup and all that kind of stuff?
Location is the number one thing. I literally will fight anybody. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is. I'll sign it as long as I'm on that card. I don't want to fight for free, but I will. Like, put me on that card, please, man. Please.
And what do you make of Ross? I mean, he's obviously been in the UFC for a long time. You put him away. He's had some tough results. Do you want to see him stick around, keep fighting?
Yeah. I think if it's in his heart, for sure. But he has nothing more to prove. He's a tough winner. He's been, like I said, he's coming up on his decade, and very few guys can say they fought in the UFC for a decade. So he's proven his worth. I told him after the fight, I was like, you better believe I studied you hard. I put in everything. I didn't overlook this at all. So much respect, hats off to him. If he retires tomorrow, he's had a great career. I can only wish that I could be in the UFC for a decade. So hats off to that guy.
How are the injuries now, by the way?
They're doing good. All week, my groin is getting better. Shout out to the UFC, PI. They've been helping me with it. My thumb is doing a lot better. I got some good tape, got some good therapy on it. So we'll take this weekend off, but I feel great. I got more hurt in practice leading up to the fight than the fight, so I can't complain at all.
After the fight on the mic, I know you mentioned somebody close to you passed away. Who was that? What's the story behind that?
Yeah, so it was actually my manager, my first, not my first manager, my first manager to get me into the UFC. His name was Glenn Robinson. Before I even got to the UFC, this guy, he helped me and my family, my kids moved from New York to Florida, gave us a place to stay, found me a job, let me train on the team, introduced me to all of these great guys. Had a couple fights, and then he ended up getting me signed in the UFC, and he always had big dreams for me. And he passed away literally 2 days after my last fight in Moscow. And the day before he passed away, he encouraged, like, listen, good fight. It was a tough decision. When you get back, come to the house, we'll have dinner, we'll talk about our next move. And I just know for sure that he would have been proud of this. And leading up all week, like, I didn't say anything to the media, but I told my family knew I was dedicating this fight to him. So, Big Glenn Robinson, he has 2 daughters. I love them like family. Big ups to Glenn. He's the owner of the Black Zillions. He's the one who started it.
Perfect. It's a good way to end. Congrats, Des.
Sorry, I should let you go next.